Welcome, everyone. You can mute yourself or I will mute you later. Welcome to our session this morning. And please welcome our leader for this morning, Judyth Weaver. Thank you for being with us, Judyth.
Thank you very much, Ray. And thank all of you who are here and those who may yet be coming. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be here today with you. I'm still looking at faces and seeing so many faces that are familiar and others that are new. Welcome, welcome all. I'm joining you from a remote island up in British Columbia. It's about 200 miles north of Vancouver City. And we're in a drought and we're praying for rain and it's supposed to come and it doesn't come. And you may see a deer walking by. They like eating my garden. I'm still watching faces pop up. And in thinking of what I would like to suggest that we work with, that word maybe play with today, thinking that most of us, I think all of us, are in areas where we are changing from summer into fall. Is there anyone here from the lower hemisphere where you're going into summer or anything? No, I guess not. Okay. So we're all going into fall, and here nature is flamboyant. Lots of leaves falling. You may hear loud sounds like bombs on my roof, and that's the squirrels throwing off the pine cones that hit my roof, and it's like, oh my gosh, you know, what's happened? And the colors. And so I am thinking that, who knows, maybe we use our eyes differently in autumn. In spring, I'm sort of looking. Okay, am I unmuted? You can hear me again?
Yes.
So I was saying, in springtime, I'm looking for the little buds and things, but here it's sort of like I don't have to look. Autumn is, you know, is right in my face. And wherever you are, even in a city, whatever is happening is sort of right in our face, isn't it? So I would like to pay attention to our face, since I've said it, and more specifically, maybe our vision, our eyes. We all are using them so much more, computers, and so differently than we used to. I'm finding I don't read books so much anymore because I'm older and I can't see so well, but the computers are right there. So I would like to invite you all to start by just allowing your eyes to close. And by allowing your eyes to close, I'm not asking you to shut your eyes, but can you feel the allowing of your eyelids coming down over your eyeballs? And as that happens, what else happens in you? Did you feel the weight or the sensation of your eyelids coming down over? Can you feel the touch of your eyelids on your eyeballs? Did anything else happen in you? Did anything happen in your throat? Or in your breathing? Or maybe how you are sitting, or something you want to change in your posture just by your eyelids coming down over your eyeballs. And now I invite you to very slowly allow your eyelids to rise, to open. And your vision is different, comes back. And maybe you're breathing. Maybe how you want to see or look. They're very different from me. I wonder if they are for you too. And here we are back again. And what are you seeing now? Might your computer screen look different? Is there any way that you feel different? So I want to sort of back up a little bit and welcome the people who have come in since, and also state and invite you to feel free to respond to anything whenever you want to. I welcome you to, when you have something you would like to share, just unmute yourself and speak, and then remute yourself back again. Now, as we're sitting here, I invite you to just move your head and allow yourself to look around the room, the space that you are in, but not look around. Just, can you move your head and allow your eyes, which will of course come with you, allow them to see, not to look, but to see. And I don't know about you, but that's sort of challenging. When there's something that's very interesting, sometimes my vision, my intention sort of jumps out to look. Can you allow your vision to stay in you, maybe I'll say, and just turn your head and see whatever there is that wants to come to you. And as you're moving your head, and don't forget to look up at your ceiling and down at your floor, all different places that maybe we don't see so much, or we think we see and don't pay much attention. Can your eyeballs, can your vision be relaxed inside you so that you can be open and accept whatever there is? Without doing any work. And as you do this, what do you feel in other parts of your face? How are your cheeks? Or the inside of your mouth? Can your tongue be soft and relaxed? And your teeth be easy? Whether your mouth wants to stay closed or be open a bit, can you allow whatever wants to happen, and just be here fully? Breathing as your breath wants to be. And what might you be feeling in your neck or the front of your neck, your throat? As you're allowing your eyes to just see, can you also allow your breath to just breathe you? So no strain, no effort. And when you're ready and your head and your eyes want to come back to a neutral, facing forward place, do you also feel your weight? Can you feel your feet? Were they a part of this seeing and moving? And if you weren't aware of them, how do you experience them now? And what is your experience of your sitting or standing, of your being now? You might be lying. I know I have invited any of you to speak, to report whenever you want to, but I have one that I want to say. I must say I'm surprised to, as I was turning my head and I thought allowing myself to openly see, I was surprised to discover that my right buttock muscle was tensing periodically. And what are you experiencing right now? How is your being, your breathing? How do you experience your weight? Are there any parts of you holding you up? Do you feel the pull of gravity, and where might it be? It might be in different places, different times.
Judith, this is
Yes.
Karen.
Hello, Karen.
Hello, nice to see you and everyone. I am aware of this conflict within me about I'm ripping apart my house right now in terms of repositioning things, and so every time I look out, I'm seeing what else I need to move or what I need to get rid of and clear out. And so I'm aware of kind of flipping back into that and saying, no, it's okay. You're not doing it right now. Coming back to my body. And I'm definitely much more relaxed when I'm not thinking about that, but just being even with my eyes closed, because sometimes it's the seeing that gets me going into that revved up place. So I just thought if I said that, I might relax even more. So thank you.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Julie here, Judyth. I have, throughout the time we've been attending, had a series of feeling relieved, beginning with simply closing my eyes. I feel like there's so much working in my seeing and so much working to find quietude in overstimulation, so that the opportunity to rest my eyes is just very welcome today, and makes me feel a lot of longing.
How does that longing feel? How do you experience it?
I have in front of me on my wall some images, a few images, the few times that they're both art experiences where I burst into tears without any explanation, outer explanation. And I think of the longing as just this feeling in my chest of not tension, just a feeling of sorrow. And it's hard for me to actually describe the physicality of it. My breath isn't that limited, but it has to do with my eyes, for me, constantly trying to make sense of things and to organize and to pin.
Yeah.
And so as that quality of overworking softens, then my heart feeling and my feeling person can come forward.
Thank you. It's beautiful.
Video.
Hi,
Yes.
hi everybody, and Judith. I felt and still feel deeply touched by your earlier words when you said, let it come to you. And it seems to be sort of underlying some of what other people are responding to. So it's not just what is out there to be seen, but what is there that, in a sense, already wants to be known. I just need to slow down enough to connect with it. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes. Yes. Yeah. And I must admit that I'm still surprised that my right buttock muscle was working, not look. So I would like to suggest that we continue with this and allowing our eyes to our hands to cover our eyes, the palms. So we're not touching the eyes. Our eyes can still be open, but let your palms just covering your eyes. And since it's probably mostly dark, does that make a difference? Is there any more resting or giving up, looking, or even seeing that can happen from that? Our eyes are still open. You're still blinking. You might feel your eyelashes tickling the palms of your hands. Are there any differences that happen in other places in you? Does your breathing change because of the darkness, the not seeing so much? Can the muscles in your eyes soften? Do they change at all because of this darkness and nothing, really nothing to see? And now with your hands still over your eyes, can you allow your eyes to close so you can feel the touch of your eyelid over your eyeballs? Maybe the weight of your eyelid? And can you give into that weight? That may sound funny, but can that weight allow you maybe to accept your whole weight? Maybe sit or stand or lie differently. What do you experience in the back of your neck? Can that weight also go down? Or if there's any holding, can that be relieved? And then with your eyelids still covering your eyes, and before your arms get too tired, can you allow your hands to come away and experience the difference in light and darkness, and maybe relaxing your shoulders, resting your arms. The blinking that happens even with your eyes closed. The inside of your mouth and your throat. Is there any ease being allowed there? Your hands that were just recently touching your eyes or covering your eyes, with your eyelids still closed, can you take your hands and bring them to touch the back of your neck? Just underneath your head, just a touch at the back of your neck. Was there anything working there as we were seeing or looking? And if so, is there anything you feel moved to change? Is there any breathing here? And with your hands still here, your eyelids still covering your eyeballs, I don't want to call them closed because there's so many things happening. Can you allow your head to move like it was moving in the beginning when we just allowed ourselves to see? Maybe turning a little to your left or your right, or lifting your face up towards the ceiling and feeling what your neck and probably your shoulders are doing. Your face going downward. How does this affect your balance, whether you're sitting or standing? How does this affect your breathing? Is there any change in the way your lips are touching each other? Or maybe how your tongue is in your mouth. And with your eyelids still covering your eyes, when you're ready to let your hands come away from your neck, how does that feel? And where and how do you bring them down to resting, which might be in a place that you're not used to? You're not seeing what's happening. How does it feel? And I might say, how do you want to balance your head on the top of your torso, on your shoulders, on your neck? How does your head want to be right now? Mm. And are your arms resting now? I ask you that from my own experience of having brought my arms down to the table in front of me and realizing that no, they needed to go further down. So then I bring them to my lap and no, they need to go further down. So now they're hanging down at my side. How are your arms? Are they resting? Are your shoulders resting? Are your eyes resting? Where in you do you feel the movement of your breath right now? Do you experience any breathing in your hands? Do you experience any breathing in your eyes? And now can you slowly bring your palms up to cover your eyes again? Take your time. Feel the substance, the air through which you're moving, the movement in your shoulders and everywhere else, how it actually feels to finally touch again. And how does that touch of your hands over your eyes feel this time? Have these changes affected your balance of sitting or standing or lying? Your breathing? And how is this contact? Hands, palms over your eyes. How is it this time? How are your shoulders this time? And how is your breathing now? And now with your palms still over your eyes, I invite you to allow your eyes to open slowly, slowly, feeling the change in from darkness to less dark, maybe feeling the movement of your eyelashes on your palms. Maybe a change in how you're sitting or standing or breathing. Maybe seeing some little bits of light that come in. And how can your eyelids be open, palms still over your eyes? Can you not look? Just can you feel the openness? And maybe the readiness to accept what will come to you rather than you going out to look for something. Can your tongue be resting in your mouth? The back of your neck be resting. Your eyeballs and your seeing be resting. And when you're ready, very, very slowly, allow your hands to come away, maybe bit by bit, just to allow the light in as you wish. And if you don't like it, go back to more darkness or wherever, however you want. But what changes happen in you as the light gets greater? Maybe colors come in. Can you still be here, sitting, standing, breathing, seeing, being? Feeling the pull of gravity. Accepting whatever wants to come into you, into your vision, your breathing, your whatever else. And you still being here. And at whatever point of this sequence you might be at, I invite you to, keeping your eyes soft, moving your face around, just opening your mouth, wiggling your cheek, not looking, allowing your eyes to be open and receiving, maybe allowing your mouth to receive the air, your lungs to receive the air, your feet or buttocks or back to receive your weight, to receive gravity. And if any sounds want to come in or go in, please allow them also. And as you're still moving the muscles in your face and maybe your neck around, can you, well, move your neck and allow yourself to see again other parts of the room. If you have a window near you or want to go to a window, letting your vision go farther, or maybe the vision come into you from farther away. Can you still be here for you and allow everything else that is being here for us as well? How can we accept it all? Our weight, our support, our breath, the colors, movement that you might see, and movement that you might want to do. Can you stretch your arms and keep your eyes soft? Can we look afar and still allow our eyes to just be here and receive? And can you touch the top of your head if that movement works for you? One hand or both hands, whichever. Can you receive this touch? Letting it go through you, however far down it feels. Can your eyes stay soft? Letting your hands come away whenever it feels right. And you're breathing. And maybe touching your face on the way down or coming back up and doing that with your hands not covering your eyelids. Are your eyes different when your palms come and touch your cheeks? And then when your hands come down again, how are you now? I want to thank you for taking this journey with me, and I would love to hear from anyone who might want to say anything.
Hi, it's Sarah. During this time, the light outside my window changed several times. It started out, it was kind of gray. And then it got lighter, and I noticed that my mood got lighter. Almost a smile came. And then it got dark again. And now it's light. And I got such a kick out of it when the house across the street, someone opened a window. It was when we were talking about, when you were asking about seeing far. And it was like suddenly this window opened and I could see a little bit beyond the window, the person there. I just got a kick out of it. So I noticed just a lot of mood changes according to what was coming in.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. And in the chat, Dawn Pratson says, there's so much to notice. Yes. Yes.
And it's nice to go away into a quiet, dark space. I really crave that darkness, and I really like it. Very recuperative.
Yes. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This is Phyllis. I thank you very much for this session. And during the session, I wrote down something you said, the readiness to allow what will come to you, accepting whatever wants to come to you.
I said that? Great.
I wrote it down, so it must be like relatively true. I don't know how accurate it was.
Sounds good. Thank you.
You are welcome. It was very striking to me. I don't have the readiness, and I was realizing how much everything that I'm doing is just fraught with anticipation, and it's not a readiness. And I have been involved with a long healing process, and I think this is part of it, that I'm anticipating. I've realized that I've been working through pain and with pain, and only because it's an unwelcome visitor to me. I haven't sought it at all. And I'm realizing how by now I'm anticipating it. And I better stop. And and I was looking around my home, which I really enjoy, and I'm realizing that I'm the only human among all these things. Who else is going to have a reaction to anything? And I'm looking also at an orchid, which is alive, that's right beyond the computer. And I'm noticing now it's such an in-your-face orchid that of the two of us, it probably has more energy than me. And I was just noticing so much as you were speaking, and I thank you very much for this very opening session that made me realize how much I'm limiting myself. That like this orchid is living more than me. The patterns are so bold. I never noticed. And it brought out a lot for me, and I thank you.
Oh, thank you so much.
I was delighted by your report, Phyllis. Thank you for reporting in that lively way. I mostly feel a lot more vulnerable because my, especially recently with stresses, am often so out there trying to, well, I'll just speak of what I feel more. I feel more contactable and more vulnerable through the work that we did, the practice that we did, and able to have more joy, and with that, more breath, and just often surprised when my awareness comes to it, how much effort I'm making and how much I'm pushing. And recently I was doing some Qigong in a class, and I had this revelation that pushing would not help me avoid death. And so that today I feel more available for the life that is within and around me. Thanks.
Oh, thank you. Beautiful. Let's see. Wow. Nikki Hanna, that's beautiful what you've written in the chat. And I keep seeing, Joanne, do you want to say anything? Can you, it says something that I should ask you to unmute? No? Okay. Okay. I'm not good with computers so well. Thank you, Dawn, for your message. Thank you, Nikki Hanna. Thank you. Anyone else? I would like to share something. I talked in the beginning about autumn, and I think, because I really don't plan, I think I was expecting to take us out of this seat and maybe to a window where some of you got to, but I didn't. So I am realizing between that right buttocks tension and my intentions, they're always very different from the actual reality of being. So thank you all for being here.
I just want to say
Judyth?
I got anyway that autumn will be coming to me. And I very much look forward to accepting it, being there for it when it's coming to me and wanting to be known. I heard you.
Great. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, Southern California, is that where you are? Yeah.
I want to thank you that some of just relaxing the eyes, because my eyes, I have beginnings of macular degeneration, and so I'm always stressing at looking with one eye and the other eye and how I see and can I see letters, and so to just relax them was so nice. And then when you said, can you open your arms and keep your eyes relaxed, it was such a different experience. It was just beautiful. Um, and I also noticed with my eyes that if I make a judgment, they harden. And that this is a different way of seeing people too. Just keep soft eyes. So thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So Ray, is it time for me to return this wonderful group of people to you?
There's time for one more report, if there is one.
Judith, this is Karen again. I had a very interesting experience. You were talking about going to the window, and my cat came and sat on my lap. So I tend to not move when my cat is there because he's not the most cuddly kind of animal. Anyway, so I was kind of feeling like, oh, should I be looking outside? And we don't have that many colors. And I was, kind of confused. And somehow the light came through the window and projected. I don't know how this worked, but the outside across the wall on the inside. So talk about coming to me. I was like, how is that happening? But it was beautiful. It was actually the outside, like, the silhouette of the outside. So I definitely learned to just be and relax. And there's an open space where I'm feeling relieved. And I also loved how you said, I'm not sure if this is your words, is there breath in your eyes, or are your eyes breathing? Mm-hmm. Thank you very much.
Well, yes, I know I said that because it's an amazing feeling, isn't it? Who would have thought?
Yes, exactly.
Thank you.
Thank you, Judyth.
Thank you.
So appreciative. I'd like to welcome all of you next week to Bring a Friend 2, 3, or 4. We're having Bring a Friend Saturday. And the directions for that are on today's invitation. Of course, there'll be directions for that on next week's invitation. Your friend, as you probably know already, gets to come free. No charge. So who would you like to share this with? Is there someone that you would like to accompany? You don't have to be here actually next Saturday, but is there someone you would like to accompany in this experience together? Also, we've been asking that if you had an experience you would like to share at sensoryawareness.org, or anything about today's session that interested you that you'd like to share. The foundation would be very appreciative of that. Any feedback that you have. So today we get to continue with reports after the hour. So I invite you to continue if you feel like staying on. The session is officially complete now, and we get to continue. The only difference is I'm going to remember to turn off the recording.